Doncic does it again. Yeah. What is up, everybody? Lindy End Zone back in here for the touchdown, taking the lead for the Eagles one video at a time. And as well, we're draining threes for the Dallas Mavericks because that's what we do. That's what we do. Hold on. I'm not done. And hold on. I got another one. Yeah. Where was that defense last night? Oh, shit. Here comes Luka. That's right. Man, what is going on, everybody? MFFL's in the building. I hope y'all are here to check out my latest for our very own Dallas Mavs as they took out the Flippers in the Clippers again at Game 2. Oh, it was such a riot. I really wish I had the chance to do a live stream for that game. It was getting to the point where it was a 10:30 game, and I know because I explained it in a previous video, and I know I talked about it, and then I was like, it was the night after my celebratory stream for 100 subscribers, and I was in a position where I felt that at one point I was gonna get a little too tired, and I didn't want to go into work on lack of sleep and stuff like that. But silly me, I ended up watching little tidbits and pieces of the game, especially in the second quarter. I think there was about I want to say there was about like 6.5, 7 minutes left in the third, where I turned the game on and started watching it for a little bit. And man, I don't know, y'all. Them Clippers, they can't do nothing with Luka Doncic, man. It's the team itself, man. And like how I started the video. It's not just Luka. The Mavericks are taking this personally. See, Clippers fans can deny this all they want. The media and media people, Skip Bayless, they can deny this all they want. But Clippers tanked. Clippers tanked because they did not want to face what they thought was a better Western Conference team in either the Lakers or the Blazers, and they thought they were going to have easy pickings with our Dallas Mavericks, but no, they didn't. I don't think so, because I don't know if this registers in the back of people's minds or not, but like I said before, it is not often that a team gets a second chance of playing the team that eliminated them in the playoffs the year before. You don't get that chance very often, 2 years in a row in the playoffs. And did you really think that the Mavericks were going to waste this opportunity, to step on the proverbial throat of the Clippers when they got eliminated, when Luka Doncic was the only one left to take that team to 6 games on one leg with a bad ankle, no Porzingis? Did you really think that we were just going to keel over? Did you really think that we felt that we were outmatched? Y'all thought this was going to be easy for you. Yeah, well, them Flippers had another thing coming. But man, I missed some of my little intro things here. But I really appreciate y'all getting me to over 100 subs, and it's going to be quite a bit here, that I'm going to continue to talk about that, because I'm just very grateful at the end of the day. And if y'all are new to my channel, and I'm rising here in my content for the Dallas Mavericks, and I want to I want to raise it alongside my favorite team with the Philadelphia Eagles for football. And, if you are new to the channel and you want to hang out around the basket or come into the end zone with me, Lindy, for the touchdown, you know, drop a like, help me get out with the algorithm of YouTube, get my videos out there for more of the public to see, especially my MFFLs and those who bleed green. If you like the content enough, then subscribe to the channel. Doesn't take much effort to do so, and as always, I deeply appreciate your support and contributions. And hit the notification bell so y'all know when this good kind of content drops, because, man, I got quite the energy right now. That was a awesome game. I did have a little bit of worry towards the end. I'm not going to lie, because Dallas did manage to give the Clippers 2 of the quarters. But they were still relatively close, so I'm not going to complain in that regard. The largest lead that Dallas had at one point was 14, so it didn't look like there was a whole lot of aggression on the end of the Clippers. So, that makes me wonder. I wonder where all these defensive adjustments were, Ty Lue. I thought we were going to see more of Kawhi Leonard on Luka. I thought that we were going to see guys fighting off a screen so Luka didn't get whatever he wanted. Well, guess what? He dropped another 39 on you bums. Oh, man. So it just keeps getting better and better. Against the Clippers, and this is, I think, all 8 games in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. Against the Clippers in 8 playoff games, Luka Doncic now averages 35, 9, and 10. You like that? I sure as hell do. And I'm sure as hell a lot of you MFFLs do as well. Oh my goodness. I don't know, man. We just continue to witness greatness on the basketball court. It's so easy to see. It's so easy to see. Luka set another record, as he seems to consistently do. Luka is the first player in NBA history to record more than 250 points, more than 70 rebounds, and 70 assists in his first 8 career playoff games. You like that too? Well, I don't know. It's just unbelievable what he can do at just 22 years old. This kid's playing in the NBA. He comes in as a rookie about 19, 20 years old, and what he's doing already on an NBA basketball court is, oh my goodness, it's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. I have tweeted this, and it's very easy for me to say, and and I welcome criticism in this regard, but let's face it, when LeBron retires, the NBA is going to be in good hands, because to me, Luka is going to be the next face. Luka is going to be in the next face of the NBA. I know you got Giannis, and you got Nikola Jokic, and you got Joel Embiid, and Trae Young's making his moves. Devin Booker's still around. So many fantastic all-stars in this game. Just imagine. Zion as well. But just imagine what Luka's doing at this level already. 3 years in 8 playoff games, this is what he's giving you. We can't be any more blessed, Mavericks fans, to just sit here in awe of how he plays. And yes, he is not a perfect player by any stretch of the imagination. He is not perfect. He needs to work on his threes, of course, at times. For the volume that he shoots at, he needs to get that percentage up a little bit, in my opinion. As a 6'7", 6'8" point guard or point forward, what have you, you got to knock down those free throws. 2 of 7 is pitiful. I'm sorry, it is. But we are witnessing greatness, everybody. So this video doesn't continue to carry on very long. I just wanted to go through a couple of breakdowns and everything as to what I've seen and, what I feel is going to happen for Game 3 and Game 4 since the Flippers got to come to Dallas. Because the Mavericks have a really good shot at sweeping the Clippers. I said it. The Mavs have a really good shot at sweeping the Clippers. And I don't care what Ty Lue says. And I don't care what Paul George says. They can say they're not worried all they want. But for 2 games in a row, to give up that many points to the best player in this playoff series, Luka's the best player in this playoff series. I don't care what you say. That's fact. That is fact. He is better than 2 guys in their prime right now. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. They are still in their prime. Luka's the best player on that court. For the Clippers to play defense the way they did in 2 games already, and I thought they're in like I said, I thought there was going to be defensive adjustments on their part, and I didn't see any of that. I didn't see any defensive adjustments. They didn't bother to fight through screens. Luka was getting the matchup that he wanted almost all night. And even still, we're talking the most double-teamed player in the NBA regular season. The most double-teamed player. And he still finds a way to get other teammates involved. And how that kind of playmaking resonates to his teammates. Him looking for his guys with open looks. That is contagious. There was excellent ball movement at times. It was fantastic. However, I don't like the fact that Luka was credited with 7 of the team's 11 turnovers. That's unacceptable. That is absolutely unacceptable. There's too many occasions where Luka was very careless with the basketball. And he let scrappy guys like Patrick Beverley strip him of his possession and steal it. But, at the same time, I counted at least, another maybe 3 turnovers, 3 or 4. I think it was 3 that I seen in the second half. And it was awfully similar to, what we noticed in Game 1. Luka gets to a point where he's pretty much gassed, but he's still on the court. And I remember in the fourth quarter, there was about 8.5 minutes left, and I says, well, Kawhi Leonard's not on the floor right now, and I don't like the lineup that's out there for Dallas. So I would at least like to see Luka and THJ, Tim Hardaway Jr., who was phenomenal last night. Absolutely phenomenal. Shot at such a deadly clip from 3 once again. 29 points. THJ, I'm proud of you, man. I am proud of you. For all the flack that you get, and I gave you some of that flack, and I'll own up to it. But I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. This was unbelievable. 2 games in a row, how you show up for this team. That's unbelievable. Porzingis, you did better, and I thank you for that. You did better as well. Maxi Kleber was bigger. He played bigger in the moments we needed him, and he played considerably good defense on Kawhi Leonard when it was necessary. Even though Kawhi still managed to get 41 points on very efficient shooting. Okay, that's fine. Even through all of that, plus minus still didn't like Kawhi Leonard. He was a -7. Paul George was a -18. And yeah, Kawhi Leonard had 30 points at the end of the first half. And guys like Skip Bayless can talk about how, oh, Luka had another bad fourth quarter and he only scored 4 points. Well, how about we contextualize that a little bit? Just like we can contextualize when we talk about Luka as a three-point shooter and being ranked as low as he is. Well, guess what? A lot of those three-point shooters on that list who are qualified, they're pure three-point shooters. They're pure three-point shooters in the regard that that's pretty much the only thing that they have for their game. Luka does basically everything with elements that he needs to work on, of course, because he's only 22 years old in his third year in the league. He can work on his defense a little bit, yes, absolutely. But he was blocking shots, he was getting some steals, and deflecting passes. He can do it, yeah. But we can still contextualize those things. So let's contextualize when we say Luka was bad again in the fourth quarter. Well, guess what? For the entire second half, Luka scored more in the second half than Kawhi and Paul George. Kawhi Leonard ended the game with 41 points. In the second half, he only scored 11. Paul George ended the game with 28 points. At the end of the first half, I think he only had about 17. So he only scored 11. He was 1 of 7 from 3. So, I mean, on the surface, you can see, like, Paul George going 28 and 12, I think his stats were. Pretty sure. And I'll fact check that right now. Got the box score up here. Paul George was 28, 12, and 6. Okay. 17 of his 28 came at the end of the first half. So he only scored 11. And like I said, Kawhi Leonard, 41 points. 30 of them came at the end of the first half. If I remember correctly, Luka had 23 at the end of the first half, around there. He finishes with 39. He had 16. And yeah, I get it. He shot 7, 8 more attempts. But he was still more efficient when it matters most. So what's your point? What's your point, Skip Bayless? That's what I want to know. What's your point? You want to single out the third quarter like it's not included in the second half, and we only want to worry about the fourth? Well, guess what? The third and the fourth quarter are just as important as each other, because the first 2 quarters is how you feel out the team on how they're playing, because you know from game to game, especially in the playoffs, that they're going to make adjustments, and that's how the first 2 quarters work. The second half works in how you can combat what that team is doing to you offensively, and vice versa for defense. So when it matters most, and again, we're only paying attention to the fourth quarter here, Skip Bayless, if I'm not mistaken. The Dallas Mavericks outscored the Clippers in the third, 30-19. Luka was one of the most involved in the third quarter. But that's not the here nor there. So, I mean, it's so much fun debunking things. Like, it's just insane. And for as poor at times as Luka was, and Yeah, we bring up the fourth quarter again. He only had 4 points. Whatever. He was still a +3 with 7 turnovers and only going 2 of 7 from the free throw line. He was still a +3. And yeah, some people may not like that he was 5 of 13 from 3, but that's still about 39%. That's still better than what he averaged this regular season. So what are we trying to say here? What are we trying to say here? I think it's just funny as to shush. ESPN commercials. Stop it. I think it's just funny on how well Kawhi Leonard played that he was still a -7. And it confuses me as we talk about this defensive adjustment that they were supposed to have. Well, I didn't see it. So obviously we have to imagine that game 3. We have to imagine that game 3 and game 4 we're going to see stuff. We're going to see some different things from the Clippers. And I would imagine that would be in regard to them playing a little more aggressive on defense. Actually fighting through screens this time, not giving Luka the matchups he wants. Force the three-point shooters into an uncomfortable shot. I have to imagine that stuff like that is going to happen. Dallas as a team shot 53% from 3 last night. 53%. And you can't imagine that those kind of games are going to happen again, but I'd be okay with if they had at least a percentage of over 42. Because if even that is the case, they can still win that basketball game. So, yeah, I'm going to stay on the fact that it's very possible here that the Mavericks have a definite possibility of sweeping the Clippers. Because I don't know where their mental toughness is. I don't know where the mental toughness is for the Clippers. I don't. And until they show us something, Mavs Nation, let's stay on the gas. Let's stay on the gas and continue to allow the Clippers to choke. Let's keep it that way. That's going to do it for me, guys. 23 minutes of fun with a substantial win and closer accomplishing our vengeance from last year with a more debilitated and depleted Mavericks team that still took the Clippers to 6 games. Clippers are in trouble. Clippers are in trouble. But thank you if you stayed this long and finished the video with me. I want to thank you so much for doing so. I know this one carried over 24 minutes, but I appreciate it through and through. I'll definitely be doing Game 3 and Game 4 live stream play-by-plays. I hope you Mavs fans come around and hang out with me and cheer our team on. And, we're going to break this game down and just hope for a sweep or at least winning in 5 games. So that's where I'm at for our Mavs here. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you again for sticking this long in the video. I have been Lindy Endzone for the touchdown, taking the lead for the Eagles one video at a time and draining some buckets for our Dallas Mavericks. Hashtag MFFL, Fly Eagles Fly. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you soon.